Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining me for the instructional intervention proposal plan for Student X. This plan was drafted based on several assessments that was given to Student X um, throughout the course of the last few weeks. Among the assessments that were given, we had the specific intervention plan, the guide to establishing priorities from the Ziggurat method worksheets that helped us to identify certain behaviors of hers, to discuss what the antecedent to these behaviors was, and to come up with consequences and strategies for these behaviors. Another assessment that was used was the adaptive behavior functional checklist. This checklist helped us to determine um, whether she could perform certain tasks independently or whether she demonstrated doing certain things in the area of self care skills, communication skills, social skills, academic skills, and occupational skills. Also, we use the social skills checklist sheet. This just basically talked about how she interacted socially in different environments throughout school, whether she interacted with peers, teachers, and how often did she demonstrate the social skills. Lastly, we have the underlining uh, characteristic checklist. This just helped us to identify certain characteristics that she displayed in certain areas such as social uh, communication, cognitive information, motor skills information, and things of that nature. These assessments was necessary because they helped us to identify certain weaknesses or behaviors or areas of improvement that student X needed in order to be successful within the classroom. Um, Here in the intervention plan, we have a few areas to be discussed. We have the problem areas or the behavior areas. This is where we listed the negative behaviors that was distributed by student X, such as speed walking, not transitioning well, the way she communicated with others. Then there's the area for the desired behavior, which explains how we would want her to act uh, during that behavior. And then we have our column for our intervention strategies, which would be ways that we would help student X correct her behaviors. Then we have an area for the persons that will be responsible for this intervention plan, which would be student X and the current teacher or staff member that she was working with. Um, this intervention plan should be followed for a certain amount of time and reviewed for a certain amount of time. This intervention plan will allow us to determine whether certain things are working for student X, whether we need to change strategies for student X, whether we need to implement certain materials or take certain components out. It also discusses how we can reward student X for correct behavior or for the desired behavior that we're expecting her to give. Um, this plan was developed again based off the assessments that we received, and I invite you to explore the intervention plan. Let me know any information that you have questions on, whether there should be any changes, if there are any concerns or any issues. The ultimate goal is to get student X to change her problem behaviors and correct them and make them desired behaviors within a certain period or a certain time frame using all the data and information that was collected. The assessments that we gave were proper because they helped us identify a lot of traits, a lot of characteristics, um, a lot of behaviors, the way she functions and produces throughout her day. And I don't want to just focus on poor behaviors or weaknesses, but these assessments also help to identify her strengths, which we can use when we're using the interventions and the different strategies to help her reach and obtain her goals that are listed in the behavior intervention plan.